Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cynical Marketers. Thank you for joining us. We are in episode 94. We're in season 2, episode 42. So thank you again for being here. I can't believe we've done 94 episodes. It's crazy. We're almost hitting that, the big milestone is coming. It's right around the corner.
We're getting there. Yep.
The world waits with bated breath for us to hit 100. I know.
100 episodes.
Yeah.
Listen, if we hit 100 episodes, then we're what in like the top 0.5% of all podcasts.
Yeah.
Just by
we'll make it to 100.
Statistically speaking. So yeah, good stuff coming.
And Alex Hormozy always talks about how it took them well over 100 before anyone started noticing them.
Even noticed,
so that's what we're hanging on for, because nobody's noticed us yet. But we get like we've said before, clips. Our clips do.
Our clips do pretty well.
Yeah.
And I suspect on this topic too, they'll do pretty great as well.
Yes. This topic today is a favorite of everybody's again, AI. And we're back with this from OpenAI announcing an expansion of their ads program into Brazil and Mexico, adding on top of, now it's not just new there, they are already advertising, of course, in the US, because that's where all the money is made.
Right.
Right. But this was on top of Canada, the UK, Japan, Korea, Australia, and New Zealand. So
yes,
they are slowly expanding. I am not surprised to see this. Like I told you before, and we know this in the marketing world, Brazil and Mexico are two very popular countries for businesses to hire cheap marketing labor from. So that is where they offshore a lot of our jobs to. Brazil particularly has gotten very popular for cheap marketing labor. When you don't want to pay Americans to do jobs anymore and you lay all of them off, you go and get 1099 workers from Brazil who do it for 1/10 what Americans will do. So it's not a surprise. I'm sure there's a lot of ChatGPT use in those countries because they need it to help them write in English.
Well, I was going to say they need it. They use it probably as much, if not more, than we do.
Yeah.
In our space, and it's, I think it's an important conversation to have because, of course, our favorite, Sam Altman, and I say that sarcastically for anybody that may be new here, and OpenAI, obviously we are users. We stay on top of things that are within our space and within our skill set. And this is really interesting because, think about any other platform that's come before OpenAI, ChatGPT, all these AI tools like Facebook and Instagram started off with no ads, so did Snapchat, so did Pinterest, so did TikTok, so, did all of these platforms. And then you move into ads because ads are a surefire way to generate revenue, and then you test that out in a couple of big markets. And then you expand that into, you look where are the people that are most using this. I mean, there has to be a reason, like you said, Mike, that this is going to these specific countries, right? So, where is this, what's the highest usage of ChatGPT, where and why are people using it? How much time are they spending? And then they're going to gear ads towards that.
Yep. OpenAI has to do ads because they've seen that the subscription model for them does not make money. They've lost billions and billions of dollars. So the only way for them to make money is ads. And that's the same for most businesses. I think my last video on Big Brain Strategy was about an announcement I just saw that MySpace might be coming back.
Yeah.
And they're saying that, they said that it's going to be the algorithm-free social platform to compete against Facebook.
Yeah.
And like you said, like everybody started without ads and stuff. Okay. Facebook didn't have an algorithm in the early days. I've been around for all of that time.
Right.
I've been on Facebook since you had to have a college email address. And I was an older adult in college. So I actually had one then.
We're dating ourselves, Mike.
I know, but I was still older going to college. I didn't graduate college till in my 30s.
As if our gray hair doesn't give it away.
I went in the Army and then was working, but whatever. Nobody cares.
But I think.
But then they started changing too, right? So that's this thing is people rebel against these things. But like you said, everybody started without ads. Snapchat was without ads. TikTok was a famous thing that people went to because it was just like a free place and it was so open. Now, every other video is an ad or an undisclosed sponsored post. I mean, every other one of them, or you get
TikTok
lives
shop.
of all the TikTok shops.
Mm-hmm.
They all will
And
go that way.
And it's really interesting because we know in our space, this is not a surprise to us, right? But the Business Insider article is talking about it as if it's new. ChatGPT, OpenAI has just crossed a billion users, right? Globally. And, we in our space pay for this service. A lot of us do. For better or worse, even those that are, complaining online about AI flyers are using, ChatGPT, and most of us are using a paid version of this software. So of the platform, whatever you want to call it. So, but that's in our space and in what we do. And business owners do the same thing. They'll pay $20 a month. It's a subscription service, but like you said, Mike, they don't exist because of those subscriptions. That's a nice to have, right? They, much like Google, much like Facebook, much like every other platform, are going to, the way that they're going to sustain themselves in terms of profit is through ads, And so this makes perfect sense to me because, like you said, that, they probably had to wait to roll some of this out depending on, laws and regulations and different things in different countries. I know there were some things that were talked about when this, when this first even rolled out in the US, but we know in our space now, a biggest thing is like, oh, now we're doing SEO so that we can cater to Google, right? Because we've done that for a decade plus, but now we're also doing AEO, which is like, artificial intelligence, same concept as SEO, but for AI tools. For those of you that don't know or don't follow, so this doesn't surprise me. Like if you are using a free ChatGPT instance, you will have ads at the bottom of every response. You will get ads, and then people are like asking, like in a response to this article, Mike, people were like, well, is chat really going to give me the correct information, or is it going to give me the thing that is like pays it the most to tell me, like, if I'm looking for a product? I'm like, what do you think Google does? What do you think Google has done for a decade, 15 years, however long now? I feel like these tools have been around forever, which isn't really accurate. They were not around at the start of my career. But what do you think Google does? Do you genuinely think Google, or if you go on Facebook and look something up, a topic or a page or anything, like you don't know how algorithms work? Like, are you not aware why you're getting the information that you're getting? It is always who has the bigger budget. That's always the answer. It's there. I mean,
and certainly on Google, even when people are like, I never click on an ad, I'll scroll down. I'm like, fine, okay, then you get down to those ones, and those might not be the best answer. Those are the most SEO optimized answers, which does not mean they're the best.
Right.
They just know how to SEO. They know how to game Google's system the best to show up ranked number one. Right. There's nothing that says that makes it better.
With ChatGPT. And as it expands to other countries, like this is an interesting one because this Business Insider was just published, I think yesterday or this morning. And it was weird to see like a lot of response on, kind of some response on LinkedIn and some response on this article specifically, to be kind of shocked and surprised that this is happening. And I'm like, are people just shocked because they don't use the free ChatGPT? Like, and so we're all paying $20, and so we all don't have ads, and people are surprised that there's going to be ads. The free version has had ads for ages, and it always comes up with, an ad at the bottom. And, people are starting to use ChatGPT as quote unquote as Google. Like they are starting to use it in replacement of, I literally just booked a road trip for me and my son entirely using ChatGPT. I'm sure I'm going to get crap about that since I've said it out loud. But it was actually pretty easy. It was like, oh, find these, this is the venue. This is where we're going. Find me a hotel nearby, find places to eat, find, it was super easy to do. And I mean, there's part of me that is like, ugh, I'm one of those people now. But, I'm not surprised that
I
they're
just
pushing
don't,
more
I don't trust it enough to do anything other, even when I
I don't
have it
trust
doing
Google
work.
enough to do anything. Google
Chat.
AI, I feel like, is wrong far more than Chat.
Oh yeah. That's why I don't trust them. It's
Any of
so
them, yeah.
bad. And Claude, I don't know anybody. I saw a post on TikTok yesterday, somebody asking, does Claude seem dumber to everybody lately? And yes,
Yes.
it does. I don't know why,
Yep.
and it's funny. I have been so abusive to it. I showed you that one comment I got back from my Claude told me it's not going to keep working with me if I keep talking to it this way. I'm like, I pay you $100 a month, MFer. Yes, you are. You are going to take it, But I just don't trust any of them at all. And now they have ads in them. So, once the SEOs, now they've all switched. Now they're all AEO experts too. It's like, okay, so they're all just out there gaming the system. They're going to pump out articles on Reddit to try to get an AI mention.
Yeah.
And then, the general public doesn't get how that stuff works. So they'll trust these answers. Yeah. And rather than it being the most SEO optimized, it's just the most AEO. And it's right now who can game it the quickest. And it's also scummy. I hate SEOs just in general.
It is, but Mike, like, this is the reality. Like, I know we've talked about a million reasons why these tools are problematic, right? Mm-hmm. But I view ChatGPT the same way I used to view Facebook. I hate all of it. I hate Amazon. I hate Facebook. I hate all of these things. They are unfortunately a required part of my job. If I want to stay doing marketing that I've been doing for 20 years, I need to know these things. ChatGPT specifically, I have the mobile app and I use the desktop app, and I had it for free for a very long time. But there's been so many articles over summer, and I think maybe people have missed it, of these big companies like Intuit and Booking.com. And, all of these folks are starting to put money into ads on these platforms. So they're starting to line budget items like they do for Meta ads, like they do for Google ads. They're starting to line budget for these AI tools because the free version is supported through ads. Mm-hmm. If you guys are on Facebook and you don't think, how do you think Facebook gets paid? How do you think Mark Zuckerberg has a yacht or 7? I don't even know.
Not even the yacht. How about his compound in Hawaii?
Like, exactly. Like his, whatever the nonsense. Like, how do you think these people are billionaires? Is because people are paying for ads on Facebook. The reason Facebook is free to you as a user is because somebody else is paying for that. Yep. And that's going to be the same thing with ChatGPT. Otherwise, they're going to shut doors down. They won't make it, right? And Sam Altman has just recently gone on and said, well, you have to make it so necessary that the government will use it so that in an event that you need to shut down, they'll bail you out, kind of like the car industry or the banking industry, right? And so this is how these folks are positioning themselves, and these big companies are pouring money in for ads. So of course, now they're going to expand into Brazil and Mexico, because why would they not? This is where they're seeing high usage of the tool, but non-paid high usage, right? Like, so they're going to expand ads there. It makes sense. It's just, there's no getting away from this, you guys. I don't know. Like, morally, I have so many issues with it, but professionally, it's another tool that we have to use.
It just depends how you use it. And it's a tool for me, like any other tool. Am I a bad person for using Excel and not writing down entries in a book anymore?
Or Facebook, or advertising your products on Amazon, or, there's no way around it.
Tools.
It is part of doing business.
I wish they had more controls over the scumbags who ruin everything everywhere. SEOs, you people, all of you,
right.
That just destroy everything, and I've done SEO work forever, and I don't sell it to businesses anymore, really, because I won't do that kind of crap. I'm just like, hey, look, an SEO strategy is have a good website, and try to actually be relevant to the people you're trying to be relevant to. And then, have a blog, make content and produce stuff, but that people want to see. You don't make things that you're just trying to make Google or ChatGPT happy. Call me crazy.
Yeah.
But that's not what SEOs do. They're not trying to impress people. They're trying to impress search engines. And now AI, LLM. So,
and now AI. Yeah.
It's all a mess.
That's where we are.
And look, nobody hates all of this stuff like those of us who've worked in marketing forever. I've been in social media since the beginning of social media. Nobody hates all of the platforms as much as I do. Or maybe you hate it as much as I do, but nobody hates them more than me. You can probably,
I can attest to this.
I don't think you can hate them more than me. You might as much as me, but I hate all of them.
It's a necessary evil of our job.
Is.
It's another tool for us. And I've said this, of all the hills to die on about ChatGPT and OpenAI and Claude and Gemini and all of these AI tools, using this stuff for marketing isn't it for me.
To me, like, social media it's a double-edged sword because there's so much bad. And I think the bad has outweighed the good, but I think social media leveled the playing field for businesses more than anything else has done, certainly in my lifetime, because it gave small businesses access to an ad platform where for small budgets, you could reach people and build a business and have results. Where before digital advertising and social media, it was only the big boys running TV ads and buying up all the billboards. Like, you weren't putting an ad on TV.
Right. The most you could probably do is be in Yellow Pages.
Maybe, you're talking to R.R. Donnelly, right? And you're buying that Yellow Page. My brother-in-law used to be a salesman for them years ago.
Yeah. Yep. I used to work with R.R. Donnelly a ton.
I mean, what were you doing? Occasionally a flyer maybe, but it leveled the playing field for small businesses.
What we were doing with R.R. Donnelly was signage on school campuses. But Mike, this is interesting with the OpenAI because, people this guy's a lunatic. Sam Altman, like we've said this, he's a Bond villain.
He's a Bond villain. Like, he is a true Bond villain.
He's a Bond villain. But this tool is not going anywhere. And you have folks like Home Depot, like Booking, like Nike, like all of these huge companies are starting to invest into ads here. And that to me tells me this platform isn't going anywhere, and now they're making ads available in countries. This is just starting with Mexico and Brazil, and it's going there because, like we said, this is where folks are using it for free primarily. So they're going to test a ton of things there. And this is where folks are using it. A lot of these overseas, countries that are overseas from us, wherever, Europe, South America, Africa, Asia, there's a lot of remote workers there who rely very heavily on AI to do the things that, we do stateside. But, that's also a reality and it's a whole separate episode. But like remote workers, these guys know this is what they're using the tool for. And so they're going to give them ads, and that's how they're going to support that usage because they know primarily in those, and I looked this up, primarily in those countries like Brazil and Mexico, it's primarily free usage of ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So they use it, a ton for translation and looking things up. And so, it's pretty.
Chat, make me sound like I'm a native English speaker when I write this post. I just saw a former client of mine who's obviously
do that.
I have a former client who whacked me to go overseas with people, and they just put out a Facebook ad because I'm still in their systems because they still haven't gotten me out of them. But that was in Indonesian. The ad went out. I'm like,
sorry,
gonna happen, I guess. It's all right. I don't think you got an audience. You're a U.S. kids sports.
Like sports apparel company. It's it's interesting, Mike, but that's what we've experienced and a lot of people experience is that, when people say on Reddit, like, well, I would rather you pay somebody $30 to design your flyer, instead of using ChatGPT. Who are you paying $30?
Who's getting $30? Right. You're still not helping anyone really, except.
So who are you paying? Like, genuinely, who is getting paid $30? There's not a single designer that we know that
And
would do a
that
flyer
person you're
start
going to hire off
finish.
of Fiverr, they're going to
Yeah,
use
they're gonna
ChatGPT to
use
make your
AI.
image too. I hired a graphic designer. Like, yeah, they used it too.
But that's what I'm saying. But like, I hate when people say that. So I'm
I know.
like, don't knock these tools, because, you know, the people that you would pay $20, $30 to do your flyer, very seldom you maybe find an intern or somebody who's, you know, in high school and wants to do this for you as a favor, but no actual designer is working for $30 for a flyer start to finish. So somebody that you pay off of Fiverr or Upwork is going to use ChatGPT. They're going to use it, you know, and it's like, it just, I don't know. It's
All right.
it's an infinity loop, you know, never ending.
All right, there we go. What do you guys think? If you're still here, let us know.
Yep. Hi, Lance.
Leave a comment, like it, subscribe. You can follow us on YouTube, of course, and check out our clips and stuff on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube Shorts.
And Facebook.
But please engage, like, do something. We would appreciate it. If you're here and you watch us, say something, call us idiots, do something, insult us. But we'd appreciate it. That would be very helpful.
Engagement. Hashtag engagement.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much. We will see you in the next episode.